questions. We'll go over here and I'll go the other way.
John, as you end spring, what are some of the areas you feel best about, and what are some areas where maybe you thought today kind of reinforced that there's some work that needs to be done?
Yeah, there's always work that has to be done, and I just look at us as a group. We've got some great pieces. I think we've got some great young men that we work with. We got a great staff, and but now as we transition into that next part of going into the summer, it's exciting to see these guys go back and work. I know we've had great energy throughout the winter. We've had great energy throughout our spring ball, and if we can continue just to build just day by day and step by step, we'll be able to improve just as a unit. And I think that things that we must continue to work on as far as just our overall. We got to be great against the run, and we got to minimize big plays. And then we saw it today. Like anytime we give a big play, you don't want to let anybody have anything for free.
What areas did you see strides made in this spring? What areas did you guys improve the most?
Yeah, I think our ability to communicate for some guys that are new pieces to this program, for them to learn the defensive scheme. These guys did a nice job being able to just compete against each other, and frankly, it'll be fun to be able to watch this film and learn from the learning lessons as part of this game as well.
John, obviously this program went through something unspeakable, and this is your first time back playing a game. I know it's not a real game. It seemed like there was some joy, some fun. Has it been a process to get back to just kind of having fun on the field with this group?
Yeah, well, as a defense, what we do is every time that we come down to Scott Stadium, we walk the field, just to remind us that it's still 120 yards long. But I know that as I walk to that far end of the stadium, where we got to honor, three great young men and three great families, it was, there was some tingles up my spine and a lot of emotion for us as a program to be here, and just blessed to be able to be part of this great game, to be part of this great university, and really, frankly, the opportunity to be with these great young men.
John, when you split your group up the way you did today, you don't really have all your ones together. What do you hope to get out of a scrimmage like this?
Well, we want to come out and compete. And there ends up being some interesting situations, like we start going to a running clock at the end. Actually, I think that blue team, which I was on, and as a defensive coach, we had to let them score so we could get that ball back at the end of the game, So we went into that huddle and we told them, hey, okay, guys, you got to, we're going to make it look like we're going to try to tackle them, but we're going to let them get in the end zone to kind of play against the rules that we had again, here today. But just to be able to compete, that's what we want to see, and it's been fun all spring to see these guys do so.
You just did a game plan for Jack Hardy.
Exactly, I know.
John, just from your vantage point on the defensive side, what have you made about how the offense has improved this spring, and what have you seen from Tony Muskets?
Yeah, Tony's super talented, got great composure. The production that he had before here speaks for itself, and throughout the spring, he did a great job, and frankly, the offense did a great job as far as putting the defense in tough positions, and I'm excited to be able to continue for our defense to get better because of the great young men on the other side of the ball.
John, you were without some guys this spring, or they were not full participants. Do you expect to have guys back for camp?
Yes, sir.
The guys who didn't play.
Yes, and I think that the great thing is we're going to get some guys healthy, and that's just the nature of it during different cycles of the year. And so, obviously, the objective is get to week one and have all your guys ready to go and be ready to use all the bullets in that chamber.
One specific player, Trey McDonald, just kind of flashed to us up in the box. What have you seen from his development, and what does he bring to the defense?
Yeah, Trey's a great young man, and as a young guy, came, put 20 pounds on, was a guy that was committed to the weight room, committed to the process, and it's going to be fun to see him throughout the years contribute a lot, for the Virginia defense.
And kind of bouncing off from Mike, Ben Smiley was another one that seemed like to be one that kind of stood out to us. What have you seen from his development and just kind of his fortitude to move again to the edge? Yeah, well, it's a testament to Kevin Downing and Chris Slade. They've done a great job as far as developing him. What he's shown is the ability to play inside, but again with his athleticism, the way he's attacked the weight room,
and the way he's become a dependable young man, he's earned himself, a really important role for us here this fall.
In the secondary, with Tavon Kyle coming in from Iowa State, what did you see from him throughout the spring, and can he be a starting corner for you?
Yeah, he's a guy that just energy-wise, as a graduate student here at Virginia, I tell you what, he's asked tremendous questions. He's a tremendous influence for our younger guys, and he's going to have an impact on the field and also in our locker room.
John, you talked about going into the offseason and how important it is these guys take that seriously. It seems like Jameer Carter always kind of takes the offseason seriously. Just what are you expecting from him more as a leader on this defense now?
Yeah, Jameer Carter, we might have to buy some more weights. I might have to get with Dr. Williams and see if we can buy some more weights for the weight room, because that's how hard he'll attack the weight room as we go. And so it's he's an unbelievable young man to be able to work with. He brings it every day, and he's one of those guys you got to rein back sometimes. He'll push it to limits that he can't even go to. So he's a guy that leads by example, and frankly, he's a guy that's been super productive, and those are the traits that you look for in a leader.
Is it, I know Gordon got a little banged up today and then walked up. When you can tackle to the ground like you did today and a lot of the spring and get out without serious injuries, is that the best of both worlds?
Yeah, and again, like anything, be it for for my children learning math, like they got to do the multiplication tables over and over and over again. It's the same thing for us as a defense. We've got to do the fundamentals really, really well, and that's getting off of blocks and tackling. And so that's what we're going to do as a football program. We're going to play football, and we're going to learn to play football by playing ball.
We'll take our last question over here.
Coach, you got some very versatile defensive backs in this group here. Where do you see guys like Clary and Cam Kelly fitting in this season for you, especially against the run?
Yeah, I think, we're blessed with, I think we'll end up with 7 guys, that'll be in graduate school here at Virginia. So it's a unique dynamic in that regard. There's a bunch of guys that have a lot of football playing experience, also have some great life experiences and some maturity. And those are 2 young men, Cam Kelly, that, coming here and having the opportunity to come up from the beach and to be, to finish his playing career here at the University of Virginia. His flag school is super important to him, and there's no one that, winning football games is more important to Antonio Clary, who is a graduate here and is, again, a graduate school here as well.
All right, thanks, Coach.